In this session, we are going to write down the notes on the action of the short story it is the action of conflict between Nicholas and his aunt. When the picnic to Jagborough Beach begins. Now here in this action, you can see Nicholas' character. His character qualities are well exposed, discussed by the writer. Many of his admirable salient character qualities are well discussed in this middle section of the short story. Now the trip to Jagborough Beach, or picnic to Jagborough Beach, is organized to punish Nicholas. For other children, it's a reward, but for Nicholas, it is a punishment. However, Nicholas does not take this punishment seriously because he is much used to such punishments which are often given by the aunt. Often given by the aunt. Now here in this middle section, Nicholas is further engaged. Nicholas is further engaged in this conflict, in his argument with his aunt about the picnic this time. About the picnic this time. Now aunt expects Nicholas to cry. If Nicholas cries, punishment is okay, successful. Aunt expects some tears from Nicholas' eyes because these tears are symbolic of Nicholas' pain, Nicholas' sorrow, and Nicholas suffering from this punishment. But you know, Nicholas does not cry. He is very tough boy, tough character. He can endure any punishment. He can endure any punishment given by aunt. Given by aunt. Any punishment given by aunt. Because these punishments are quite common. Quite common to Nicholas' life. Nicholas' life. Now you can see, even in the previous session too, we discussed this part, but to refresh your memory, I will simply touch it. Right? Here you see a few decent years were looked for on the part of Nicholas when the moment of the departure of the expedition arrived. A few decent years. Some important tears. Decent tears means some significant important tears. It means crying. Expected is expected from Nicholas. Now aunt wants Nicholas to cry. If Nicholas cries, her punishment is successful. If Nicholas cries, her punishment is successful. But Nicholas does not cry. Instead of Nicholas who cries, all the crying was done by his girl cousin. This is an ironic moment. Irony. In short stories, the writers use this technique. What is an irony? Some unexpected thing happens. What is unexpected things here? Now aunt expects Nicholas to cry, but Nicholas does not cry. Instead of Nicholas, unexpectedly, this girl cousin, she cries. Aunt is worried about this, disappointed, because it's something that even Nicholas does not expect the girl cousin to cry, but to his happiness, she cries, and Nicholas is very, very happy about this. He expresses his happiness like this. How she did howl. You see how she cried loudly. Howl means shout, so cry loudly, like an animal. She cries like an animal. Nicholas comments. Now aunt is angry about that. Because this woman wants Nicholas to cry, but Nicholas does not cry. Instead of, this little girl cries. Therefore, she further mentions, no, it will be a glorious afternoon glorious evening for these children. Wonderful evening, happy evening. Racing about those beautiful sands. Oh, they will play happily in the beach. How they will enjoy themselves. Now, this woman speaks about, glorifies the happiness, delightfulness, delight of this picnic in order to hurt Nicholas' feelings. You know, Nicholas can tolerate these things. Nicholas does not care these things. We know that he is a strong-hearted boy. Instead, he tries to say the negative aspects, unsuccessful nature of this picnic. He says, Bobby won't enjoy himself much. No. Bobby will not enjoy this picnic. Nicholas knows it well. Because Nicholas is all-knowing character. He knows everything about children. But Anne does not know. This is one good quality of Nicholas. Nicholas is open-eyed. Open-eyed. He can see everything. He's all-knowing. He knows Bobby's problem. What is Bobby's problem? His boots are hurting him. Right? They are too tight. Now, Bobby has a problem. What is that problem? Tight shoes. Boots means shoes. Now, Nicholas knows Bobby will not enjoy the picnic because of these problematic shoes. But Anne does not know this problem. She is the guardian of the children, but she does not know. This is a serious matter. The aunt must know children's problem. Now, what is the idea here? Elders neglect. Elders do not pay much attention to children's problem. Elders do not pay much attention to children's problem. That is the reason for this conflict too. Anne does not know anything about children, but Nicholas knows. Now Nicholas further comments. He told you twice, but you weren't listening. You often don't listen when you tell you important things. Right? Now you see, this is a serious criticism. This is a serious criticism on Anne's character. Anne's character as a child's guardian. Now Nicholas says, Bobby complained. Bobby complained about his tight shoes. But you never listen to that problem. But you never listen to that problem. He told you twice, 2 times. 2 times. Not a single time. Twice means 2 times. But you weren't listening. You did not listen. You often don't listen when we tell you important things. Now Nicholas comments, and you are a woman who does not listen to important things. Otherwise, he means you are a woman who listens only to unimportant things. You are not a good listener, and now in this way, Nicholas criticizes Anne's character. Anne's character. The aunt is angry about the situation, these comments. Therefore, she gives another punishment to Nicholas. What is that punishment? The punishment of gooseberry garden. What is this punishment? You are not to go into gooseberry garden. Now, the gooseberry garden is Nicholas' favorite spot in his house. Gooseberry garden is a small jungle, forest. It's full of adventures and Nicholas can play. He loves this place. Now Anne says, Nicholas, you must not go to gooseberry garden today. Stay in the house. Now, punishment upon punishment. But Nicholas does not take this punishment either. Because he is confident. If he wants, he can go there. He felt perfectly capable of being in disgrace. Now, Nicholas is self-confident that if he wants, he can be in the gooseberry garden, and at the same time, he can be a disgraceful boy. Nicholas can do two things together. He is smarter than aunt. He's a smart boy. He can do so many things together like a smartphone. This is Nicholas' strong character as manifest in this part of the short story. Okay, write down today's topic. The conflict between Nicholas and his aunt when the Jagborough picnic begins. Go on writing. In the middle part of the short story, the conflict between Nicholas and his aunt is further manifest The conflict This time, the conflict this time is on the picnic to is on the picnic to is on the picnic to Jagborough Beach. Is on the picnic to Jagborough Beach. Full stop. The picnic to Jagborough Beach. The picnic to Jagborough Beach is arranged as a punishment for Nicholas for being B-E-I-N-G, for being disgraceful, B-E-I-N-G, for being disgraceful at the breakfast table. For being disgraceful at the breakfast table. The aunt's intention. The aunt's intention. I-N-T-E-N-T-I-O-N. The aunt's intention is to punish Nicholas by rewarding other children. Other children. She expects to hurt she expects to hurt Nicholas' feelings by keeping him away from the picnic. Therefore, she expects Nicholas to cry when other children begin their picnic. Please quote these words. A few decent tears were looked for on the part of Nicholas when the moment for the departure of the expedition arrived. A few decent tears were looked for on the part of Nicholas when the moment for departure of the expedition arrived. Go on writing. Nicholas tears are symbolic of symbolic සංකේත symbolic of his pain of loss, PAIN, pain of loss, LOSS, and the aunt's success, SUCCESS, the aunt's success of her punishment, and success of the punishment, and success of the punishment. Full stop. However, However, nothing happens. Nothing happens as the aunt expects. As the aunt expects. No tears. Next sentence, no tears come from Nicholas, apostrophe S, Nicholas' eyes. No tears come from Nicholas' eyes. Nicholas' eyes. Ironically, Ironically. Ironically, tears come from. Ironically, tears come from the girl cousin. The girl cousin who falls off the carriage, who falls off the carriage when getting into it. When getting into it. Full stop. Nicholas is also happy to see this. Nicholas is also happy to see this unexpected event. Unexpected event. He enjoys this happiness. He enjoys this happiness He enjoys this happiness He enjoys this happiness sarcastically. sarcastically. उपहासात्मक. Sarcastically commenting on the girl's crying. Sarcastically commenting on the girl's crying. Please quote. How she did howl, said Nicholas cheerfully. Go to the text. How she did howl, said Nicholas cheerfully. Nicholas is also happy. Nicholas is also happy because the very beginning of the picnic, is unsuccessful and unhappy. Unsuccessful and unhappy. Full stop. The auntie seriously disappointed. The auntie seriously disappointed by this unexpected event. By this unexpected event and is is enraged, enraged, enraged by is enraged by Nicholas apostrophe S Nicholas sarcastic comment. Sarcastic 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 comment on the situation. On the situation. Full stop. In a tone of in a tone of T-O-N-E, in a tone of disappointment and anger, in a tone of disappointment and anger, disappointment and anger, she assert, A-S-S-E-R-T, or promises. See, assert, the delight of the picnic, the delight of the picnic by uttering, U-T-T-E-R-I-N-G, by uttering the following words. Please caught, by uttering the following words. It will be a glorious afternoon for racing about over those beautiful sands. How they will enjoy themselves. Quote those words from the book. This part. Go on writing. Nicholas does not believe that the aunt's words do not have any invalidity. INVALIDITY. Nicholas predicts, P-R-E-D-I-C-T-S. Nicholas predicts that the picnic will not be enjoyable to Bobby too, T-double-O-2. Enjoyable to Bobby too. Bobby too. He points out that Bobby will not enjoy the picnic. Bobby will not enjoy the picnic because his shoes, S-H-O-E-S, his shoes are too tight. And these tight shoes will give much trouble and pain. Will give much trouble and pain to him. Please quote these words. Bobby won't enjoy himself much. And he won't race much either, said Nicholas with a grim chuckle. Chuckle means laugh. Critical laugh. Critical laugh. His boots are hurting him. They are too tight. His boots are hurting him. They are too tight. On writing, Nicholas cleverly predicts, C-L-E-V-E-R-L-Y, cleverly predicts, P-R-E-D-I-C-T-S, පුනර්කථනය කරන predicts with some facts, F-A-C-T-S, facts, the possible failure, F-A-I-L-U-R-E, possible failure of the Jagborough picnic. Jagborough picnic. Full stop. He predicts that No children of no children of the picnic party. No children of the picnic party no children of the picnic party will enjoy. Will enjoy. Full stop. Nicholas' words also imply Nicholas' words also imply that the aunt has no knowledge about the children's problems. Children's apostrophe S. Children's problems. Full stop. Nicholas further comments. That the aunt is not a good guardian. The aunt is not a good guardian. 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 The aunt is not good guardian to the children because she does not listen and pay attention. Listen and pay, P-A-Y, pay attention to the children's problems. To the children's problems. Please caught. He told you twice, but you weren't listening. You often don't listen when we tell you important things. He told you twice, but you weren't listening. You often don't listen when we tell you important things. Go on writing. Nicholas words Nicholas words also imply Nicholas words also imply imply how elders pay less attention. How elders pay less attention to the children, to the children and their needs, and their needs. The aunt does not know, the aunt does not know what Nicholas knows about, what Nicholas knows about KNOWS, what Nicholas knows about children, what Nicholas knows about children. The aunt is enraged ENRAGED, enraged by Nicholas' comments. Nicholas comments. In elders society, in elders society, in elders society, children are never expected. Children are never expected to comment on the elders. to comment on the elders. To comment on the elders. Therefore, the aunt imposes, I-M-P-O-S-E-S. The aunt imposes, imposes another punishment on Nicholas. Full stop. She prohibits Prohibits the gooseberry garden. She prohibits the gooseberry garden for him. Please quote, you are not to go into the gooseberry garden. You are not to go into the gooseberry garden. Gooseberry garden. The gooseberry garden is Nicholas' favorite place of adventures. 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 The aunt believes that Nicholas will enjoy the day Nicholas will enjoy the day in the gooseberry garden Full stop. However, Nicholas does not consider this punishment too. Consider this punishment too. T-double-O-2. Seriously. Seriously. He is self-confident. He is self-confident. C-O-N-F-I-D-E-N-T. He is self-confident that that he can go to gooseberry garden if he wants. He can go to gooseberry garden if he wants. If he wants. Please quote. He felt perfectly capable of being in disgrace and in a gooseberry garden at the same moment. Okay, that's all about this middle part of the short story. In our next session, we'll read what happens next between Nicholas and his aunt.